Sue Aikens, the brave and resilient woman featured on Life Below Zero, has captured the hearts of millions with her survival story set in the unforgiving wilderness of Alaska. While the challenges of living in such a harsh environment are front and center on the popular National Geographic series, the full scope of Sue's extraordinary journey is more complex and often shocking. Before she gained fame on the show, Sue faced a host of immense personal hardships that most can scarcely imagine. The life she now leads, marked by bravery, self-sufficiency, and ironclad resolve, was forged through adversity long before the cameras started rolling. In the early days of her life, Sue's journey was one of survival. After her parents divorced, she and her mother relocated to Alaska, and it didn't take long before her mother left without a word, abandoning Sue to survive alone in the wilderness. Only a local Alaskan, recognizing her vulnerable state, provided a crucial piece of advice. To survive in the brutal cold, she would have to learn how to hunt. Armed with that knowledge, Sue began navigating her new reality in a wild, hostile environment, setting the stage for her extraordinary life story. Her self-reliant nature and determination not to succumb to the dangers of the wilderness led her on a path of personal strength that would later define her on Life Below Zero. Living in near-complete isolation at Kikiak River Camp in Alaska, Sue became an undeniable symbol of independence and resilience. Located in a desolate region, identifiable only by its coordinates, her camp's population was her. This remote existence proved to be the perfect stage for Sue to thrive, as she continually demonstrated that survival requires not just physical prowess, but unshakable mental fortitude. Throughout the series, viewers are drawn not only to her impressive survival skills, but also her fierce determination. From battling extreme weather conditions to confronting potentially deadly wildlife, Sue faced it all and emerged victorious, each time a testimony to her resilience. Behind the scenes of this captivating survival story, however, was a more tumultuous chapter. In 2017, Sue's path took a significant turn when she filed a lawsuit against the producers of Life Below Zero. The lawsuit revealed a side of reality TV that viewers rarely see: the demands and pressures faced by the people who make the show happen. Sue alleged that she was forced to perform dangerous stunts designed to generate thrilling footage, including orders to overload her snowmobile and delay receiving medical attention after an injury. The demands grew to a point where the work environment became intolerable, with the producer she accused of abusing both her and other members of the crew, mentally pressuring them and even threatening their safety. Sue's decision to take legal action was not taken lightly, as she fully understood the power dynamics at play. Still, the toll of being coerced into life-threatening situations pushed her to fight back. Her lawsuit resonated with other reality stars who had faced similar mistreatment, marking a defining moment in the world of reality television. In the end, Sue won a substantial settlement of $28 million, a significant financial victory that sent a message to networks about the treatment of their talent. Fans rallied behind Sue in this fight, emphasizing that she was the anchor of Life Below Zero, and without her, the show would have lost its heart. This support was a testament to the connection Sue had forged with her audience, a connection rooted in her authenticity and courage. While her fight with the producers and the subsequent lawsuit garnered attention, it's Sue's personal journey of survival that continues to captivate. Living in one of the most remote and hostile places on Earth, where temperatures often plummet below -60 degrees Fahrenheit and wildlife presents constant danger, Sue's life is not simply about enduring these conditions. It's about asserting her own sense of control and strength in the face of them. The harsh conditions are simply her reality, and she lives them out with a sense of independence and determination that would astonish most. But it isn't just her struggle with the elements that stands out. Sue's heart and mental fortitude are equally formidable. In 2007, Sue endured a life-threatening bear attack that would test the limits of any survivalist. Alone in the wilderness with nothing but her instincts, she was forced to fight for her life as the wild, enraged bear attacked. This traumatic encounter only added to the hardships Sue had already endured in her life, yet it also solidified her reputation as an ultimate survivor, someone whose spirit is as untamed as the environment she calls home. Her unyielding courage in the face of danger isn't only physical. Sue also has a unique emotional resilience that stems from years of embracing solitude. Though she survived some of the harshest environments imaginable, Sue has often spoken about the peace that isolation brings her. In fact, she's mentioned how this life in isolation, far from the distractions of society, is not only what she chooses, but what she needs to feel complete. She described that being completely alone, surrounded by the vast, untouched nature of Alaska, provides her with fulfillment in a way that no bustling city or busy life could ever do. The wilderness, for Sue, isn't just a backdrop. It's an essential part of her identity. Yet her path has not been without personal sorrow and loss. From her abandonment at a young age by her mother to the extreme isolation she endured as an adult, Sue's life was marked by a series of painful events that ultimately shaped her into the strong woman seen on the show today. It is these experiences that make her triumphs so much more meaningful. Her ability to not only survive, but to thrive in a world that many would find uninhabitable speaks volumes about her character. Even beyond survival, Sue Aikens' story continues to evolve. Her victory over the Life Below Zero producers in the courtroom was a key moment in proving that even reality TV stars deserve protection and respect, especially when it comes to their physical and mental well-being. Through it all, Sue has remained a beacon of empowerment for people who admire strength, perseverance, and independence. Her legacy isn't only about how she overcame wild animals and brutal weather, but how she overcame life's deepest emotional and mental challenges, all while maintaining a steadfast spirit and quiet dignity. Sue Aikens' story is a compelling reminder of what it means to live on one's terms. Her refusal to back down, whether facing an enraged bear or standing up for herself in a court of law, proves that resilience isn't just about survival, but about fighting for dignity, happiness, and personal well-being. Living on the edge of the world, she continues to inspire millions, reminding us all of the strength of the human spirit, the power of perseverance, and the unbreakable will to remain true to oneself. Sue Aikens' remarkable journey through life is a testament to her strength, resilience, and unwavering determination to survive, even in the harshest of environments. One of the most harrowing chapters in her survival story occurred during a terrifying encounter with a grizzly bear. The situation began when Sue noticed a male bear burying a caribou carcass in the same area where she typically used as her helicopter landing zone. Recognizing the danger, she knew she had to clear the area, but in doing so, unintentionally provoked the bear. This triggered what she called push alpha behavior, a scenario in which a weaker bear attempts to assert its dominance, escalating the situation. The real test of Sue's survival came when she left camp to fetch water, a moment when she unfortunately had to leave behind her weapon. Seizing the opportunity, the bear lunged at her from the riverbank, dragging her around like a toy and viciously biting her head. Amidst the chaos, Sue's instincts kicked in, and she fought back as best she could, managing to fire a shot that caused the bear to flee. Though she suffered a dislocated hip and extreme pain, Sue did not give up. In an awe-inspiring display of resilience, she dragged herself back to camp. Alone, with no way to contact help, she fought for her life for nearly 2 weeks, surviving on her own until she was discovered and taken to a hospital. Despite the severe ordeal, Sue made a miraculous recovery, though the scars on her body remain as a permanent reminder of her battle for survival, both physically and mentally. In the wilderness, those scars tell a deeper story, one of unrelenting perseverance and tenacity. They are symbols of Sue's strength and reflect the essence of her life, constantly facing the elements and her personal trials head-on. Whether it's braving fierce wildlife attacks or facing physical challenges in the wilderness, Sue has always maintained the unshakable belief that in such an environment, survival is a test of willpower more than anything else. Sue's personal life reflects a similar resilience. She may have faced tremendous personal challenges, but she never allowed her hardships to define her. Although she typically avoids discussing her past, Sue has shared fragmented details about her earlier years, especially regarding her relationships and marriages. Over the years, Sue has gone through 3 marriages, each with its own trials and tribulations. Her first marriage ended in tragedy when her husband passed away after sustaining a brain injury, just a few short years after they were married. Though they didn't have children together, His loss left a lasting imprint on her heart. In 1987, Sue married again, this time to Eddie James, a barber from Portland, Oregon. Together they had 3 children, a son and 2 daughters. However, after 17 years together, their marriage ended in 2004. Even after their divorce, Sue maintained a close relationship with Eddie, and they remained a significant part of each other's lives. When Eddie passed away in 2009, Sue was left mourning yet another significant loss. The toll of loss and heartbreak didn't deter Sue. In fact, with a dry sense of humor, she once joked that she was like a black widow, since both of her first husbands had passed away. Nonetheless, Sue's pursuit of love did not end there. She remarried for a 3rd time, but sadly, this relationship also ended in heartbreak when her husband betrayed her for a younger woman. Sue didn't allow this betrayal to keep her from her independent spirit, and after divorcing, she chose to move forward, continuing her self-sufficient lifestyle in Alaska. Despite not remarrying, Sue found hope and love again in 2021 when she got engaged to Michael Heinrich, marking the beginning of a new and promising chapter in her life. Before Sue found global recognition on Life Below Zero, she had appeared on several other television programs throughout the 2010s, including Sarah Palin's Alaska and Flying Wild Alaska. While these shows introduced her to viewers, they didn't provide the fame or success she had hoped for. In fact, they caused more frustration and trouble for her. During her time on Flying Wild Alaska, Sue became frustrated with the production company and even filed complaints about her treatment. She alleged that she was paid unfairly and claimed that her portrayal on television negatively impacted her ability to make a living. She felt that the network exploited her by requiring her to perform dangerous tasks without adequate compensation. While other reality stars were making substantially more, Sue felt that her treatment was unjust. After 1 season, she left the show and reached a settlement with Discovery Channel, eventually cutting ties with them. However, leaving Discovery led to a silver lining for Sue, as it opened the door for Life Below Zero producers to notice her. Recognizing Sue's experience and unique skills, the producers of Life Below Zero reached out to her in 2013, offering her a place on the show. Transitioning to National Geographic, Sue became one of the show's most beloved stars. Though the pay she received was not as glamorous as one might expect from a nationally recognized program, just $4,000 per episode, it was an opportunity to gain global exposure and develop a loyal fanbase. Despite her vast popularity, the pay was still modest compared to other shows, and some of the other cast members earned even less, with the show's viewership rarely exceeding 1 million viewers per episode. Yet Sue's fans remained fiercely loyal, not only because of her talent and charisma, but because they saw her as the core element that held the show together. In addition to surviving the extreme wilderness of Alaska, Sue Aikens underwent another formidable transformation, a dramatic weight loss journey. When Sue first appeared on Life Below Zero, her image was vastly different from the strong, confident woman seen today. During a Reddit session in 2014, Sue humorously described herself as a chubby 50-year-old woman, reflecting on how far she'd come. She openly discussed her struggle with weight, explaining that it was a challenge, but one she was determined to face. Her journey toward a healthier life began in earnest in 2018, when, despite the lingering injuries from her past, Sue dedicated herself to a change in lifestyle. Her goal was never just about losing weight for aesthetic reasons, but about ensuring that she could continue living independently and carrying out physical tasks with ease as she aged. By the end of 2019, Sue had lost an incredible 75 pounds in just a single year. Her work ethic was unparalleled as viewers witnessed her transformation firsthand. Beyond the scale, Sue viewed the weight loss as an investment in her long-term health. At 57, she understood that in the brutal Alaskan wilderness, maintaining good health is vital to longevity. In a particularly touching moment, she proudly shared her transformation on social media, referring to herself as the lovable little monkey, who had shed substantial weight and embraced a healthier lifestyle. This not only represented her external transformation but also underscored her inner strength and commitment to adapting to her environment. Through every episode of Life Below Zero, viewers are introduced not only to the remarkable natural beauty of Alaska, but to the tenacious people who inhabit it. Among these figures, Sue Aikens stands as an embodiment of resilience, self-reliance, and unyielding spirit, despite her struggles and obstacles. Whether physical, emotional, or professional, Sue's determination continues to inspire countless others. Whether it's surviving a vicious grizzly bear attack or overcoming personal betrayals, Sue's story is one of unparalleled courage. Each moment in her journey underscores the message that with willpower and strength, no challenge is insurmountable. Whether she's tracking dangerous wildlife like the wolverine she once encountered or persevering through daily tasks in extreme conditions, Sue continues to define what it means to survive and thrive in the wilderness. Sue Aikens' journey, both as a survivor of the Alaskan wilderness and as a person who has lived through the peaks and valleys of life, demonstrates immense resilience and determination. In her extraordinary life, she's often had to adapt to dangerous and extreme conditions with skill and courage. During one harrowing episode, Sue encountered a wolverine near her camp. She initially realized the tracks were those of an adult wolverine, a dangerous creature known to be troublesome in the region. Sue knew that approaching this animal with the wrong weapon could mean disaster, so she quickly drove her snowplow back to camp to retrieve a stronger weapon, a .30-30 rifle. After carefully loading it, she explained to the camera that a rifle of that caliber would provide the necessary power and safety, as opposed to a smaller .22 caliber weapon which would be utterly inadequate. This wolverine was not the first to cause trouble for her, as the region had seen its fair share of these predatory creatures. Sue also shared an educational tidbit about the name of the area, Kavik, which originates from the Eskimo language and means wolverine. The area was historically known for the abundance of these creatures, and the name had been chosen appropriately due to the frequent sightings of wolverines when the region was first explored. As she continues to live at KIC River Camp, which serves as both her home and headquarters in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, Sue's relationship with nature is one of constant vigilance and survival. The extreme weather conditions, often dipping to -60°F, -51°C, require incredible resilience and an extensive knowledge of both modern and traditional survival techniques. Sue, though equipped with modern technology such as Wi-Fi, still faces the constant challenge of unreliable systems that do not function well in the intense environment. To survive, she relies on her instincts and homemade weather prediction methods. She crafted a wind turbine to measure wind direction, employed a barometer to gauge atmospheric pressure, and used a Fitzroy storm glass, an older, dependable weather tool, to predict storms with accuracy. This self-reliance is key to her survival in an environment where there is no help from the outside world. The winters are harsh, with few daylight hours, while summers bring 24-hour daylight that complicates sleeping routines. On top of this, Sue must constantly contend with Arctic winds that often exceed 60 miles per hour, making even the simplest movements a challenge. Yet despite the brutal conditions, KIC River Camp is an area of unique beauty, attracting photographers, filmmakers, and other visitors who seek out the pristine wilderness that only the Arctic can offer. The popularity of life below zero means that securing a spot at KIC River Camp is a coveted opportunity. In the early days, the camp could accommodate as many as 83 guests at a time, but today it serves a more exclusive group of 12 to 20 guests, making it better suited for operating in the demanding Arctic conditions. Even though the camp has limited capacity, it remains a thriving business that stays fully booked from June to September. For Sue, the camp serves as more than just a financial source. It embodies her dreams of creating something remarkable. She aims to turn KIC River Camp into the first green camp on the North Slope, a goal that will require both time and hard work, but one that aligns with her long-term vision for self-sufficiency and sustainability in one of the most remote places on Earth. Yet despite all of the achievements and plans for the future, Sue has not escaped the pain that so often accompanies life's unpredictable twists and turns. Aside from the hardships she faces on the show and her ongoing struggle for survival in one of the world's most challenging environments, Sue's personal life has been marked by great tragedy. In 2023, during the 21st season of Life Below Zero, Sue shared a deeply emotional moment with her audience. She opened up about the profound loss of her sister and niece, particularly focusing on her niece, Drew McClurg, who tragically passed away at the young age of 19. Although the cause of Drew's death was never publicly revealed, the silence surrounding her passing made the loss all the more intense. Through Sue's painful reflections, her fans on social media reached out to show support, offering condolences and expressing their admiration for her unwavering strength. These gestures from her viewers provided comfort, reminding Sue that while her life in the wilderness might be solitary, she is not alone in her experiences or her grief. Sue's extraordinary life on Life Below Zero shows the intersection of physical toughness and emotional depth, as she embraces the extremes of nature while simultaneously navigating personal challenges that many cannot fathom. From braving the coldest winters and the most perilous wildlife encounters to carrying with her the weight of personal loss, Sue has truly shown the world the remarkable capacity of the human spirit. While living alone in one of the most unforgiving environments, Sue's story serves as a testament to the strength and fortitude required to endure such extreme conditions, while also inspiring viewers to reconsider what it means to survive. The closing question that invites viewers to contemplate Sue's lifestyle: the idea of facing such extreme isolation and challenge in a wilderness devoid of modern comforts shows the powerful impact her journey has had. While the tough reality of this lifestyle may deter some, Sue has carved out her own path, blending her survival instincts with a profound connection to the land. Looking ahead, many wonder what the future holds for this remarkable woman. Will she continue to transform KIC River Camp into a self-sustaining, greened destination? What other triumphs and trials await her in the wild? For Sue Aikens, the story is far from over, and it's one that will undoubtedly continue to inspire and challenge everyone who witnesses it. In the end, Sue's narrative is not only about surviving in the Alaskan wilderness, but also about finding ways to live with purpose, carry forward hope, and remain unbroken, no matter the odds. Her story offers a powerful message to all, underscoring the importance of resilience, strength, and the relentless pursuit of one's personal goals despite adversity. Would you have the courage to embrace such an existence, facing isolation in the coldest and harshest of environments, while simultaneously grappling with both the beauty and the challenges of nature? What would it take for you to live a life like Sue Aikens?